Today, I'm going to talk to you about the one disease every single person in this room has. Not might have, not could have, has right now. It's called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, and at the end stage is frailty. Unlike cancer, where you might get lucky, unlike heart disease, where genetics play a role, every human being is losing muscle right now. The only question is, how severely is it going to affect you? So here's the hard part about this disease. It comes on so slowly. It's like a frog in boiling water. You put a frog in comfortable water and you turn it up 1 degree every minute. The frog doesn't notice the temperature change. It adapts, it adjusts. It tells itself everything is fine. By the time the water is boiling, it's too late to get out. Too late to fix it. You're overwhelmed. That's exactly what sarcopenia does. You lose a fraction of a percent of muscle this month. You're a little bit more tired than last year. Your grip is a little weaker. You're a little less steady on your feet. You don't notice it because it happens so slowly, but the water is getting hotter every single day. And by the time you notice, when you can't get off the toilet, when you fall and can't get up, when the flu puts you in the hospital, it's too late. So here's stage one, the silent beginning. You're in your 30s, maybe your 40s. You feel fine. You look the same in the mirror, but underneath the foundation is already eroding. You're losing 3 to 8% of your muscle per decade, and the fibers that go first, well, those are the fast switch fibers, the ones responsible for power, for reaction time, for catching yourself when you trip. You don't notice losing 0.5% per year. That's the trap. The water just went up 1 degree. Now you got to watch out for it because here's stage two, the acceleration. You're in your 40s now. Hormonal shifts kick in. Testosterone drops. Growth hormone declines. Type 2 muscle fibers, the explosive, powerful ones, are disappearing. And here's what you do about it. You compensate. You take the elevator instead of the stairs. You stop carrying heavy things. You tell yourself, I'm just getting older. Now, that's the most dangerous lie you'll ever believe because it normalizes the decline. You already lost 10 to 15% of your peak muscle mass and you have absolutely no idea. You got to watch out now because here's stage three, the cliff's edge. This is where most people start feeling it. You're in your 50s. Muscle loss jumps to 1 to 2% per year. But here's the thing that nobody tells you. Strength loss is even faster, 3% per year. Everything starts hurting your back, your knees, your shoulders. But here's the truth. It's not your joints. It's the muscles that should be protecting those joints. It's disappearing. Your tendons are overwhelmed, doing a job that the muscles should be doing. That's your tendonitis inflammation becoming chronic. And what do? You start taking medications for the symptoms that are caused by muscle loss. You're treating the smoke, not the fire. Here's stage four, metabolic collapse. The body turns on itself. Without enough muscle to process glucose, insulin resistance sets in. Blood sugar stays elevated. Fat tissue increases. And fat isn't just sitting there. Every pound of excess fat is a metabolic poison factory pumping inflammatory cytokines into your bloodstream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Low muscle leads to bad glucose processing, add inflammatory foods, and the body enters chronic inflammation that kills cells faster than they can replace them. Your immune system weakens. You get sick more often. You recover more slowly. The water is hot now. Stage 5, neurological decay. The brain disconnects. Balance deteriorates because the brain to muscle communication pathway breaks down. Proprioception fails. You feel unsteady, off. Your body braces constantly. Chronic tension, exhaustion from unconsciously fighting gravity all day. And here's what most people don't know. Cognitive decline accelerates with muscle loss. The same neurological pathways that control movement control, thinking. Less muscle stimulation means less brain stimulation. Dementia risk increases. Fear of falling begins. You stop hiking. You stop playing with your grandkids. You stop walking on uneven surfaces. Your world is shrinking to the walls of your home. Here comes stage 6, the fall. It happens. A curb, a wet floor, a grandkid's toy on the stairs. You stumble. The muscles that should catch you in milliseconds, The fast switch fibers that disappeared 20 years ago, well, they can't respond fast enough. Hip fracture, 20 to 30% die within 1 year. Not from the break itself, from the cascade that follows. You're bedridden. You lose 3 to 5% of your remaining muscles per week. Pneumonia develops because you can't cough hard enough to clear your lungs. Blood clots from immobility, pressure ulcers become infected. 300,000 Americans over 65 are hospitalized for hip fractures every year. Half of them never walk normally again. The water is boiling. Stage 7, a shell of who you were. You can't even get off the toilet without help. You can't carry a bag of groceries. You can't open a jar. Someone has to help you breathe. Someone has to help you dress. Someone has to help you eat. The person you were, strong, independent, capable, proud, that person is gone. You're at the mercy of everyone else now. Depression sets in. You stop eating enough because you don't care anymore. The medical term is failure to thrive. That doctors speak for you. The body and mind have given up. Here comes the final stage, stage 8, the end. The flu comes, a UTI, or a routine surgery, something that a strong person survives without even thinking about it. But there's no muscle left to fight with, no metabolic reserve, no immune ammunition. Your body catabolizes what little tissue remains to try to mount an immune response. Your diaphragm is too weak to cough. Your lungs are filled with fluid. And here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. The thing that kills you isn't the disease. It's the absence of muscle to survive it. That's what frailty does. It doesn't kill you directly. It makes you unable to survive anything. Let me tell you what frailty takes from you. It takes your body. Everything hurts. Getting up, sitting down becomes painful. It takes your mind. Cognitive decline accelerates with muscle loss. The same pathways that control movement control thinking. It takes your immunity. Muscles produce the signaling molecules that run your immune system. Lose the muscle and every infection becomes dangerous. It takes your dignity. You can't breathe for yourself. You can't dress yourself. Use the bathroom alone. The independence you built over an entire lifetime disappears. It takes your spirit. Depression, isolation, fear. You stop living before you stop breathing. And ultimately, it takes your life. Sarcopenic individuals are 2 to 3 times more likely to die from any cause. This isn't a risk factor. This is the mechanism. Now, let's look at the research. 93% higher mortality risk with low lean mass. 84% higher death risk if you can't stand on one leg for 10 seconds. 20 to 30% of people who break a hip die within 1 year. 67% higher early death with weak grip. These are massive numbers from massive studies, and every single one of them is a muscle problem. Every single one of them is fixable. I'm an insurance salesman. That's what I do. Think about it. When you buy car insurance, you hope you never get in an accident. When you buy home insurance, you hope there's never a natural disaster. When you buy health insurance, you hope you never get sick. Here's the difference. You are going to get sarcopenia. It's not a question. It's a biological certainty. The only question is how severely is it going to affect you? Whether you lose 10 years of independence or 10 days. Whether the flu sends you to the hospital or gives you the sniffles. Whether you fall and break a hip or fall and bruise your pride. Strength is your insurance policy to independence. And unlike every other insurance you'll ever buy, this one guarantees you'll never need it. But here's the good news, and this is important. Every single one of these biomarkers is reversible. Studies show sarcopenic individuals in their 70s and 80s can gain 10 to 15% muscle mass in just 12 to 16 weeks. Balance doubles or triples in 8 to 12 weeks. Resting heart rate drops 10 to 15 beats a minute in 3 to 6 weeks. Grip strength improves measurably in 4 to 8 weeks. Body fat drops 1 to 2% a month. Posture corrects in 6 to 12 weeks per deviation. This isn't wishful thinking. This is peer-reviewed research. The human body wants to rebuild itself. It just needs the right stimulus. The water is getting hotter. Every single day you wait, the temperature raises. The good news is every biomarker is reversible. The good news is your body wants to rebuild, but you have to act before the water boils. The Strength Laboratory fixes all 6 biomarkers simultaneously through concurrent periodization. Every session attacks every biomarker. That's why it works when everything else fails. Strength is your insurance policy to independence. And unlike every other insurance you'll ever buy, you are guaranteed to need this one. The question isn't whether transformation is possible. The science is clear. The question is whether you're ready to start. Are you?